The following video is designed to show you how to open up SWS files in Image Pro Plus. If you click on Image Pro Plus and you've loaded the Pro Turbo Viewer, you click on your camera and you'll come up with the Turbo Scan. This is acquired if you go to Image, Setup, these are all the windows that you had in your SWS file before, and you'll notice that if you have the pull down menu here, if we select Q Imaging Digital Camera, what's going to happen is it's going to go right to the camera window itself as we had done before. And I'm going to reduce my light and adjust it so we can calculate exposure, and I'll set that for 20, and we can see that as a live picture. But that's not what we want right now. We want to get rid of the live preview. We want to go and open these images. So I'm going to go and select ProScan Turbo. ProScan Turbo will take a minute to open. And I'm going to reduce this box, and I'm going to take this here. We're going to expand this window. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to open an SWS file. The maximum size file we can transfer into Image Pro is 30,000 by 30,000 pixels, dependent upon the available memory. So if I load a workspace, and I'm going to load something from one of my customers, here, and here. That's my workspace. I'm going to expand this a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, easy to see. There are several ways that I can transfer this into Image Pro. One way is to basically click Transfer and this transfer button up here, and it will allow me to save the full mosaic, or I can reduce it to different resolutions. If, let's say, I reduce it to high resolution and I say OK, it will transfer this. The beauty of doing it this way in the SWS in Image Pro and reducing it is that your pixels are going to be reduced and calibrated on your final image. So I'll move this out of the way. If we right click on the image and go to Information, the calibrations are there. Let's do this another way. I'm going to close that image. Let's say I want a region of interest. So I can click on a region of interest and draw a region of interest, and again transfer that as well. And I can select the resolution to be high, or in this case full, and there's the region of interest saved. And again, right click, Information, pixels are still there. Let's say if we have multiple regions of interest and we want to select them repeatedly, if you go to View, under Edit, Transfer Sites, we can set up the size of our field. Let's say I'm going to make it 300 by 300 microns, and I'm going to set this. Every time I click on an area here, it's going to create that box. Actually, let's make it bigger so we can see it. I'm going to make it 1,000 by 1,000 and set. Make sure this is indented. Now I'll go to Set. You see my box. This is the 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So we created 5 boxes. You have to make sure this positive is clicked. I had it on the ROI, which wouldn't let it work. Now when I go to transfer, it's going to transfer one at a time of these fields in there, and again the information, the pixel calibrations are still there. If you find that the file is too big, these are too big, these SWSs, to bring these in, What we have to do is we have to come out of this mode, and I'll go no to all, and we're going to open up our Surveyor software. So let's open up Surveyor. And I'm going to clear this. So let's say these images that I had before were acquired with the 40x objective. You go to here under Select Lens. If we select the 40x objective, here are my pixel sizes. I'm going to just delete that for now. The pixel size is 0.116 and 0.116. What we have to do is remember those and write those down. So let's clear this. Let me open a workspace, and I'll go into those files again. It's going to open my workspace. Now what I have to do is save it as a mosaic. I can save it in various formats. Let's say I save it as a TIFF, but you have to remember that you've reduced it 2 times or 3 times. When you save the image, which I'll save into my desktop for now, and this is going to be 2 times reduction. Once it saves this image and you bring it into Image Pro, you're going to have to remember those calibrations for the 40x and calibrate the image, multiplying the values for each pixel by the number of times you reduced it. So in this case 2. I'll wait for this to finish. I should have picked a smaller area. In fact, let's do this. Let's cancel and let's select the region of interest just to make it easier. And I'm going to go in here and save mosaic, and again I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to save this as a TIFF, and I'll say 2 times reduction, and we'll go to here, and it's 6 megabytes, and I'm going to say yes. So it's saved. I'm going to come out of this, and here's my image right here. Let's open up Image Pro now. And I'm going to open this image, open the image, and we'll go to the desktop again. And let's find it. 2 times reduction. So I think it was 0.16. We want to calibrate this. If you right click, and you'll notice there's no calibration there. So what I'm going to do now is go to Measure, Calibration, Spatial. I'm going to say 40x 2 times reduction, and it's going to be in microns. So let's say it's 1.6 times 2 is going to be 0.32. So I'm going to make 0.32 and 0.32, and I'm going to take this, make this 2, and I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to now apply this to the image. So now if I right click and go to Information, the calibration is there, which should be appropriate to what I had done before at full resolution. I'm going to stop the video now.